Hello, and this is Danji's Designs Artist Interviews number 7. Today we are joined by
me.
Yeah.
Angela Fullard.
Hi, Angela. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
That's swell.
Okay, so we'll start by saying, what do you do and what's your field of expertise?
I'm an illustrator, and my expertise is storybook illustration as well as comic book illustration.
Cool. What sort of mediums do you work in?
For the most part, I do all of my initial sketches and coloring by hand, and then I use Photoshop to assemble everything kind of like a collage. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. I think so. So you like multimedia sort of thing?
Yeah, I definitely use like pretty much anything that is available to me. So whatever's laying around, I'll color with or draw with, and then the computer is my best friend.
Oh.
She does everything else with me. So
Cool. That's not creepy at all. What's the thing that inspired you becoming an artist?
As an artist, I kind of have my biggest goal is that I want to combine imagery with storytelling, and I think that that's sort of the case with a lot of different artists.
Yeah.
But for the most part, other people's stories and just kind of the adventures that I go on, myself in this world of ours is my inspiration. So anything that I can make a story out of is my inspiration for my artwork.
Cool. Was there one thing sort of growing up that kind of made you think, oh yeah, that's what I want to do? Like anything in particular?
Well, there's a bunch of things. I've been drawing since I was super little. So my mom used to just sort of put me aside and throw some crayons and some paper my way, and that's what I would do. So I've always been drawing, but I have always been like a video gamer. And a lot of the times, even back in the 90s, whenever graphics were for crap, I loved the scenery and the characters and, combining all of that with stories. And I used to, play the video game, and in my mind, I would be making my own little stories as I played.
Yeah.
And I would sit down and later I would come up with my own video game plots and characters and stuff. So, funny, I didn't actually become, a video game designer or anything like that, but that definitely got me started on my path.
Okay, cool. Was there any particular game that you remember?
The top two were Spryo The Dragon and Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. Those were my two big ones.
Those games.
They were great.
Yeah, the original Spyro trilogy.
Oh yeah. After number 3 though, kind of went downhill.
A lot of the original platforms are like that. They do 3 and then they just kind of go downhill. Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, it was so good though. Up until after Warped, it was super good.
Yeah. Oh, I miss those games.
Me too.
What are some of the projects that you've worked on that were the most fun?
I'm currently working on 2 different comic books. One I am not able to release the name of, and the other one is called The Epic of Mike. It's about a guy who is an aspiring ventriloquist, and his dummies come to life. I'll leave it at there. So that's a pretty interesting comic book to be working on. Right now, I'm also working on a children's book about a guy that goes around and meets a bunch of people in his little town in Tennessee. So that's a nice project that I've been working on too. And then here and there, I've just been asked to do, poster designs and logos and stuff like that for various companies, a couple of websites and stuff like that.
Ah, cool. Is there like an old project of yours that you're most proud of?
Well, right now, I think that I'm most proud of, if it's not a personal project, probably my artwork for Boil in the Berg, which is a crawfish boil in Pittsburgh that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty proud of that. As far as a personal project, I have written and illustrated my own children's book called Buckets. It's about a robot. I'm not going to say anything else because I haven't gotten it published yet, but you'll see when it comes out.
Yay, robots!
Yay!
I need to start drawing more robots again. I miss drawing robots.
Yeah, robots are great.
Yeah, they're the best thing ever. So, like, say, during the start of a project, where do you draw your inspiration from?
Well, on an everyday basis, if any of you, or if you have seen my art, it's kind of like cute and macabre as well.
Yeah.
So I definitely draw a lot of inspiration from like spooky stories, nightmares, creatures of the night, stuff like that. But a lot of the times I'll actually go around, I'll go for walks, just the people that I see on the streets and the different things that I see on the streets. I actually walk through the graveyard quite a bit, and that gives me a lot of inspiration, not really sure why, but it just does.
I suppose it's the spooky atmosphere you get there, maybe.
Yeah, and I guess just it helps a lot with coming up with names for characters.
Alright.
So
stealing the names of the dead.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Oh well. At least they're inspiring after they've gone. Do you have a favourite artist? Most influential sort of artist person?
Yeah, a couple different ones, but one of my top two, first of all, is Craig McCracken. He did like Powerpuff Girls and stuff like that. I originally wanted to go into animation, and right now I'm still kind of building my portfolio and honing my skills at it. But he was definitely an inspiration. Like, his style was awesome. His animation and his characters were just great. So definitely him. Another one, I'm not really sure if she's very known or not, and honestly, I don't think I can pronounce her last name. But her first name is Brandy, and her last name, I believe, is spelled Milne. And she does a lot of macabre paintings, but it's sort of like intertwined with like this cutesy sort of thing. Like, she draws a lot of like cakes and lollipops with like these really dark atmospheres. So it's really cool, and she's a big inspiration for me too.
Oh, brilliant. What was the name? Sorry.
What's that?
What was the names again, so I can write them down and have a look?
Chris McCracken, or Craig McCracken, sorry, was the first one. And then, hopefully I'm spelling her last name right, but her first name is Brandy, and then her last name, I think, is spelled Milne, like Milne, I think.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
Not 100% sure.
I'll check that out later. And if it's wrong, I will.
If it's wrong, because I just spelled it wrong on Google the other day and it popped right up, so it'll be good.
Play with it. So, you mentioned that you are influenced by games. So in between work, do you get to play a lot of games? And if so,
Do I play a lot of games now?
yeah.
I'm super busy. Like, as I started growing up and becoming an adult, I've been, getting more work and going through school and stuff, and so I haven't really gotten the time to play that many games. But when I get the chance, I definitely do. I know that I saw that you are a Final Fantasy fan.
Yes.
So I'm definitely waiting for that to come out, Final Fantasy VII. I'm super pumped about Kingdom Hearts 3. The second one I wasn't too big on, but the first one was amazing. I loved it. I played it all. So when those come out, I'm definitely going to play that. Right now, the saddest story of my life is that I sold my PS3. This was before the PS4 came out. But I sold my PS3 because I was short on money and I wanted to get some ice cream.
A desperate way for ice cream where you have to sell your console.
Definitely wasn't worth it. I mean, the twist cone was pretty good, but definitely wasn't worth it. But like Little Big Planet, I played that all through. That was great. Right now I just have the Wii U, so playing a lot of Zelda lately. But everything else on the Wii U, like Mario and stuff like that. Like, I'm not into Super Smash Brothers. I know, don't kill me for saying that, but yeah, I'm not into Smash Brothers. I'm not really into Mario Kart. Just Zelda and Rayman. That's about it for now, unfortunately. Pokemon. That's not unfortunately. I love Pokemon, but
yeah. Pretty much the Nintendo thing I'm really into Pokemon. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the game did great. It's just like they don't come out with as much exciting stuff as like PlayStation. PlayStation is my digs. I love my PlayStation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fist bump.
Woo!
Pow. Cool. Yeah. I said, what was it about Kingdom Hearts 2 that you didn't like as much as the first one?
Okay, I honestly, the only thing that I really remember is that I know that I didn't finish the game because I got super bored with it. And I think that it was just the fact that I was so used to the characters from the first game, and they sort of came out with the second one like fairly quickly. Like opposed to right now, it's like the third game is going to be coming out, and since the first one, it's been like almost 13 years, I think.
Yeah.
But the first one, the story and the characters were just so good. I just had a really hard time getting used to the change of the second one. In the very beginning, I don't know how it ends up playing out. Like, I don't know if you go back to Sora.
Oh, you didn't get past the part where you played as Sora. That's like right at the beginning.
I totally I was like, nope, don't want to play as these guys.
That's like, oh no.
Yeah, I didn't even get past that part, and I actually, I rented that game. I don't know if in the UK you guys have
what, sorry?
Blockbuster.
We did. Well, there seems to be.
You did, but yeah, they don't exist anymore. No. But but I rented that game from Blockbuster, and I never returned it, so I just still have it like laying around. So maybe I'll go play it on my PlayStation that doesn't exist anymore.
So you stole a game, essentially.
Yeah, I straight up jacked that game. But this, I mean, I was like 12, so.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
Stealing games left, right, and centre. Yeah, you need to get past the first bit. That was like build-up thing, story bit. I understand why, because it completely throws you, because you're just playing as someone else and you're like, what's going on? But yeah, it's all explained after that.
I'll have to go back to it
Yeah.
because now I feel guilty.
Yeah.
For
That's
Like,
alright. I'm just like, I've played them all, so I'm just like. What was that question again? So I think we pretty much answered it. But what would you say your favourite game / series is of all time? No pressure.
Alright, well, we've already touched base on Spyro. Like, seriously, I can't explain to you the love that I have in my heart for that game. The first 3 are just like, oh, I love them so much. I remember just like, I just remember so much like staying up until like 4 in the morning up in my game room when I was little, sitting on my futon with like a bag of chips, like a loser, like playing this game for hours and just like redoing the levels over and over because I just loved it so much. And I remember the second Spyro had a glitch in it, or no, not the second, the third one had a glitch in it. Where like, I don't know if you remember like collecting the dragon eggs.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, there was one level where even if you beat it, you didn't get the dragon egg, so you.
Yeah. I remember that.
So like, I never got 100% on that game, and I was really mad. So, I think that I've always been a fan of the Zelda series. I haven't played all of the games. I'm super big. My top 3 for them is Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess. And then I guess the Jack and Daxter series and the Final Fantasy series and I don't know. I love video games, so
yeah.
I think those are my top.
It's hard to choose.
But Spyro is number 1.
Yeah, Spyro. Yeah, I remember playing the emulator free. Like, I got on my PC and I was playing through it, and you hadn't got rid of the glitch. You left the glitch in, so I like couldn't get the last egg. Still, I was like, oh, I'm replaying after all these years, and I still can't get the last egg. Ridiculous.
Oh, I hate that.
I know.
The 4th one wasn't so bad. I think that one was Enter the Dragonfly.
Yeah.
It wasn't super bad, but they like changed but it was the first one for the PS2, like exclusively for the PS2,
Yeah.
and the graphics were better, but like in my opinion that made it suck more because I just liked the graphics to be bad. So,
Yeah, it gave the character, didn't it?
yeah, it really did. Like now, Spyro and like Skylanders, he is just gross.
I've only seen like the other Skylander stuff. I don't even know where Spyro is in that all that. It's just you just see loads of the figures everywhere, don't you? For all the different things.
Yeah, it's bleh.
Was that a point like number 4 when Elijah Wood like did his voice or something?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Which game was that?
Elijah, he voices a lot of different people randomly.
Yeah, it's pretty random.
Like the new cartoon that aired like Over the Garden Wall. I don't know if you saw that. Super good cartoon, but randomly stars Elijah Wood in it.
As himself.
No.
Just turns up halfway through.
Frodo comes out. Oh, this took a weird turn.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Elijah Wood. What? Just add himself. Yeah. No, I haven't heard of that. But yeah, it was pretty random. Sorry, I've just derailed myself with Elijah Wood. We'll just listen to the ambient water noises. Here's another question. What would you say would be your end goal sort of thing? What would your dream job if you aren't there already?
Honestly, I think at this point, I'm not really sure. Which sounds kind of bad, but it was that I wanted to have like a couple of published, like traditionally published, not self-published, children's books under my belt, and just be, you know, a children's book illustrator. But that's kind of been changing a little bit. Since I've gotten back into animation, I would like to have, you know, a cartoon, even if it's just on the web. I think it would be really cool. And comics too, you know, I think I just kind of want to be a jack of all trades, honestly. Just a little bit of everything under my belt. And as long as I'm, you know, just making characters and helping people make their stories have a visual aspect to them and bringing them to life, I think that's all. That's all. As long as I'm doing that for the rest of my life, then I'll be happy.
Yeah, cool. So isn't that like someone you'd like to really work for, like DreamWorks or something, or I don't know?
Tim Burton.
What?
Tim Burton.
Angela, are you okay?
Definitely Tim Burton.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that before. I was gonna say, was he one of your influences because of your style?
He actually was not, which is weird. I always loved his stuff, but I never really even thought about that whenever I've been making my characters. Maybe subconsciously he has been, because I always get that. I'm always like, people are always telling me, oh, that really reminds me of Tim Burton stuff, and I'm like, really? Okay, I mean, cool, but I definitely would love to, you know, pitch a story to him or some characters or something to him at some point, but that's dreaming big, so.
I hope you're watching, Tim. I like you watching.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure that's what he does. He sits at home watching YouTube videos all day.
Scrolling through, it's like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's okay. Maybe one day. I think I've run out of questions, bar the wrap up one. So, do you have any questions or anything you'd like to talk about?
No, I just want to say thanks for giving us all the opportunity to like network with each other and you know, get a bunch of artists together with different talents and skills and goals and allow us all the opportunity to be friends and have some pretty cool stuff going on.
That's alright. It's kind of driving me a bit insane at the moment because I'm not very good at organising things. But yeah. No, it's
well,
well,
if you have, from a disorganized person, I can help you. So
yeah, I might have to start like what do you call it? Handing responsibility to people to help me out, like helpers and stuff. Because yeah, we're getting there. I like to think so. You can tell I'm good at this because I'm just like, I don't know what to say next. So where can people find your work?
You can find my work on Facebook by searching Angela's Oddities. You can also find my work on Twitter and Instagram under the name Angela Oddlink.
Okay.
And then I also have my own website, which is just angelafullard.com. So you can pretty much find me anywhere.
Okay, I'll put up the text flying about so people can see it.
Cool.
Yes. Are people able to contact you for commissions and projects and stuff?
Yeah, right now I'm currently closed for commissions, just because of the amount of work that I'm anticipating from different businesses. But anytime people can email me and make a request, and I can let them know whether or not I'm able to do it. And they can just shoot me an email at angela.fullard@gmail.com or just send me a Facebook message.
Cool. So, well, I think that's it. I'd like to say thank you for joining me for this interview, number 7.
Thanks for having me.
That's right. And then, yeah, I'll speak to you next time.
Bye.